had a Mississippi Highway Patrol trooper, Josh Smith, shot down. And I'm just going to ask you to remember those people in your prayers as we continue on with this. We've had a tragic week in Mississippi with our law enforcement, but this man supports law enforcement 100%. I just want to thank our great Governor, Phil Bryant, for making me your U.S. Senator, to appoint me to that, an opportunity of 3 lifetimes. Other than being the mother of Anna Michael Smith and the husband of Mike Smith, it is the greatest honor of my life. And what a treat to serve with Senator Roger Wicker. When I tell you he's been a friend, he has been a friend to me on the Senate floor, no doubt. I tell you, when I was sworn in as your U.S. Senator, Vice President Mike Pence, he put this pen right here on me and he said, "Cindy, this pen will get you in any door in Washington, D.C., but I want you to know this isn't my pen, this is your pen. This is Mississippi's pen." We've got a lot of work to do in Washington, D.C. This man is leading the charge. We're going to get back on Air Force One, and we're going back to Washington because you know what? We've got a Supreme Court justice to get confirmed. We've got him. So I'm going to ask for your prayers also for the Kavanaugh family. And I'll tell you tonight, my true prayer is God will continue to bless these great state of the United States.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. Great. We had a great friend who was Senator and did a fantastic job. And it was just his time. He called me. It was his time. And you know who I'm talking about. Wonderful man. And he said, "You're going to have to appoint somebody." And I went to Phil. I said, "Phil, who's the best?" And Phil had no doubt in his mind. That's who he recommended. And since then, Cindy has voted with me 100% of the time. She's always had my back. She's always had your back. And a vote for Cindy is a vote for me and make America great again. And a vote for Cindy's opponent, Mike Espy, is a vote for Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the legendary low IQ person, Maxine Waters. That's why Schumer's PAC is funding Mike Espy with a lot of money. A vote for Espy is a vote for the Democrat agenda to open borders and for radical socialism. When Espy was in Congress, he even sponsored legislation alongside Nancy Pelosi to provide taxpayer-funded health care to illegal aliens. Oh, that's great. That's just what Mississippi wants. I don't think that works in Mississippi. Does that work? I don't think so. I don't think so. Your vote in this election will decide which party controls the United States Senate. It's very important. Very important. And that's a great woman. That's a great woman. Gotten to know her very well over the last number of months. If Democrats get control, they will raise your taxes, flood your streets with criminal aliens, weaken our military, outlaw private health insurance, and replace freedom with socialism. In a short period of time, Of course, I'll be doing lots of vetoes, just so don't worry too much. They will turn America into Venezuela. How's that working out? And our country will never be Venezuela. We won't let that happen. If Democrats get 51 seats, the key Senate committees will be run by the far left. Bernie Sanders, crazy Bernie. It's amazing that he wasn't more angry that the election got stolen from him, right? I don't get it. You know, he's always like complaining, he's jumping around, the hair's going crazy. The hair's going crazy, he's jumping and like a lunatic. But he never complained about the fact that crooked Hillary cheated him out of the election. It's amazing. It's amazing. Bernie was on television recently, and he was screaming and ranting and raving. And I said to my wife, Melania, who's now in Africa representing us, First Lady. I watched her get off that plane this morning in Africa, and so beautiful, and she was hugging and kissing children. It was beautiful to see. She's doing a great job as First Lady, I will tell you. Really is. And you think that's an easy job? That's not an easy job. That's a tough job. She's fantastic. But Bernie Sanders was ranting and raving, and we're going to this, and Trump, and we got to stop. What's he going to stop? Having a strong military, having low taxes, having borders? What's he going to stop? What am I doing? What's he going to stop? Having less regulation? But he's going to stop Trump. He's going to stop Trump. He's going to stop us left and right. He's ranting and raving. And the commentator looks at him and goes, you know he's winning, don't you? And Bernie just looked at him like this. It was like, but I said to my wife, you got to hand it to him. You know, he's out there. He's doing his thing, whether you like it or not. He's out there doing his thing, and you got to hand it to him. But a guy like Bernie would be in charge of the Budget Committee. Patrick Leahy, oh, he's never had a drink in his life. Check it out. Look under Patrick Leahy/drink. How dare you have a beer while you're in high school? How dare. Patrick Leahy-drink will be in charge of the Appropriations Committee. Bob Menendez, you don't know about him, will be in charge. I'll leave him alone because we can't cover too many of these characters, right? But I'm going to leave him alone. Will be in charge of foreign affairs. And the great Dianne Feinstein will be in charge of the Judiciary Committee. You know. Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great? Wasn't that something the other day? She was asked a simple question. Did you leak the document? Wasn't that great? By John Cornyn. He goes, you leaked the document. No. What? No. Remember? No. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I don't think I, well, wait. Did we leak the document? No. How about the aid? No, you idiot, no. No, we didn't leak the document. We didn't leak the document. No, we didn't. That was the worst body language that I've ever seen. Oh, what a group. What a group. Holier than thou, aren't they? Holier than thou. You know the expression, right? What a group. Also at stake in this election is Medicare. Democrats in Washington want to raid Medicare to pay for their socialist agenda. They're going to destroy it. Republicans want to protect Medicare for our great seniors who earned it and paid for it. Right? Right? And we will always protect Americans with pre-existing location. Well, you have to do that. Pre-existing conditions. We have to take care of pre-existing conditions because it's just the way life is, folks. We have to do that. And the Democrats are talking about it, and they can't do it because they have no plan. So just put it down. And some Republicans say, is that a Republican thing? Whether it is or not, and to me it is, and it always will be. Pre-existing conditions will always be taken care of by us. Have to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it. And we want to do it. I want to do it. We're all going to do it. We're doing our new beautiful transaction, which is a fair vote. We had it repealed and replaced. A little shocker took place early in the morning. But the fact is, we didn't get one Democrat vote. We would have saved $1 trillion. Think of it. Our country would have saved $1 trillion had we gotten that extra vote. We didn't get one vote from one Democrat. But we've pretty much dismantled it. And here's the nice story. We've managed it well. And your premiums have gone up very little by comparison. Remember, they're going up 156, 201, 187, 116%. Now we have it down, but we're getting rid of it entirely. We're going to have great health care. The new platform of the Democrat Party is to abolish ICE, the brave, brave people of ICE. In other words, they want to abolish immigration enforcement entirely. That's what they want to do. Democrats also support strongly sanctuary cities of death. Sanctuary cities. Every day, sanctuary cities are unleashing vicious predators and bloodthirsty killers like MS-13 into our communities. They go out and they hide out in sanctuary cities. Then they come into our cities and our towns. And then we send ICE in, and ICE has no problem. You know why? Because ICE is much tougher and much smarter than them. And ICE has done an incredible job. And they grab them by the neck and they throw them the hell out of our country, or they throw them into jail. And you don't want that job. And you don't want that job. And you don't even want, although maybe you could handle that job. Right? But they do a fantastic job. And we have to cherish our law enforcement. And that goes for Border Patrol. That goes for ICE. We're setting records on the border on arrests. We don't want to do that. We're building the wall. It's going up. But getting money is brutal. Brutal. So we've started the wall, and we've done a lot in California and elsewhere, San Diego. We're moving eastward, and we're covering a lot of territory. They gave us $1.6 billion, $1.6 billion, and another $1.6 billion. I want the whole thing because we can do the whole damn wall, and we can do a great one in 1 year. But getting money from the Democrats is tough, because they know that's a big issue for us. And they know we need it. Most of them voted for it in 2006. I don't know if you know that. Most of them, but of course you have to have a wall. You have people pouring across. They're tackling people. Then, of course, they have catch and release. You catch somebody. Who is this person? It's a criminal. Oh, that's okay. Catch, take his name, and release the person. And the person they think will come back to court. We have the dumbest immigration laws in the whole world. Watch what happens over the next couple of weeks, folks. Watch. Watch. And it's all because of the Democrats. Every Republican wants some change, but they stop you. The only thing they're good at, they're lousy politicians. They're horrible in policy. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're only good at one thing, resisting. They're good at sticking together. You rarely see them break up. They stick. Like glue, they stick. That's the only thing they're good at. Delay and resist. Republicans believe America should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. If you want security, if you want a strong border, if you want to have a country that is a great, great, safe country, then you need to go out and you need to vote Republican. You have to do it. And everybody. This election in November is about safety, and it's also about prosperity. They're going to take your wealth away from you. They're going to take your wealth away. All of that we've done with the jobs and the salaries and the wages that are rising for the first time in 21 years. They're going to take it away from you so fast. Since the election, we have created over 4 million new jobs, unheard of, unheard of, unheard of, and lifted almost 4 million Americans off of food stamps. That's a big thing. We've added nearly 600,000 new manufacturing jobs. You remember when the previous administration said, oh, you can't do manufacturing? I said, really? Who's going to build things? They said you won't add any. They said you needed a magic wand. Remember? Magic wand. We don't have a magic wand. We've got good policy. We've got good leadership. We have a lot of good leaders in our party. And you've heard this many times over the last 3 weeks. African American unemployment has reached its lowest rate ever recorded. Ever. Ever. Remember, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose, right? What do you have to lose, I said. And people said, oh, that's not nice. But I said, wait, they have the worst crime rate. They have the worst schools. They have the worst home ownership percentages. They have the worst. I went through a list of 10 different things. And I looked up, and they've always voted for Democrats, the African Americans, in 95% more. And I looked up and I said, what the hell do you have to lose, remember? And now, not only do they have the lowest unemployment rate in history, but African American poverty has reached its lowest rate also ever recorded. It's a great thing, right? So, and we've just started. We've just started. Remember, same true for Hispanic Americans. The lowest unemployment rate ever recorded. Same for Asian Americans. Lowest unemployment rate ever recorded. Women, lowest unemployment rate in 65 years. After years and years of working so hard, we finally put ourselves in a position where we can do things, and we can really do them. But we could do them an awfully lot better if we had more, a real majority, not a majority of one, not a majority of, literally, if somebody's sick, it's like we have to postpone votes. We need a real majority, and we're going to do everything that you've been looking for a long time. Now, with that being said, we've done so much. We've done so much. We've just finalized the tremendous new trade agreement with South Korea, where it was a disaster. That was a Hillary Clinton catastrophe. Remember, she said, we are going to create 250,000 new jobs. And she was right for South Korea. It was good. And we've just totally renegotiated it. We've made it good. And we've opened up new negotiations with Japan, who would not negotiate with the previous administration. You know why? Because they said, no, we're happy. Why should we negotiate? We're not going to negotiate. Well, we said we want to negotiate. And with the European Union, we want to negotiate. And they said, I love you too. You're not my type, but I love you. That was a strong guy, by the way, in case. Because if that was a woman, I'm in big trouble. And you know what? I hope you're a guy. So the European Union and Japan, I said, listen, We lost 151 billion with a B, with you. We lost 151 billion. Jean-Claude, he's the head of the European Union. I said, Jean-Claude, he's tough and smart, really tough. I don't think he likes our country too much, but I've told him that many times. Well, they were formed, right? They were formed in order to take advantage of us. So Jean-Claude, for years the Obama administration wanted to negotiate, and you said, no, we're not going to negotiate. I'm telling you, I want to negotiate. We lost $151 billion with the European Union. Many of us come from the European Union. I do. Many of the people in the room sound so nice, European Union. And they're just killing us. So I said, we have to negotiate. Oh, yes. 2 weeks go by, we don't get a call. I call him up again and say, Jean-Claude, we got to negotiate. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful accent. I wish I had his accent. I would have been president 15 years ago if I had his accent. And I said, Jean-Claude, please, we got to negotiate. I can't take this 151 billion we lose. You have barriers against our farmers. We can't sell farm products. You have barriers against our cars. And yet you give us millions of Mercedes and BMW and all these cars they pour into our country. You have barriers, and you charge us big tariffs for products. And you make it impossible for us to give you, but you sell us so much. Jean-Claude, we have to negotiate. And he said, oh, yes. 2 weeks go by. No negotiation. I say, Jean-Claude, you don't have to negotiate anymore, Jean-Claude. I am going to put a 25% tariff on Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and every car you send in to the United States. We're putting a 25% tariff or tax on every car, millions and millions of cars that you send into the United States. He said, no, don't, please, I will be there tomorrow morning. This was an evening. I get to my office, he's there. I said, where did you come from, New York? No. I came from Europe. I said, let me know the name of that plane. That is the fastest plane. And now they're dying to make a deal. You saw what's been going on with these deals. China. They're draining us. They're taking our money. They're rebuilding themselves. They're building a jet a day. They're building many, many bridges the size and bigger than like the George Washington Bridge. What are we doing? We're helping them. We've rebuilt China. They've taken so much money. I like President Xi, the head of China. But I said, we can't do this anymore. So now we put $50 billion of tariffs on. And they said, no, you cannot do that. If you go 50, we'll go 50. I said, wait a minute. We're already 500 billion behind. So if I go 50, you go 50, that means we're at the same place we started from. That's not what this is all about. We have to bring some balance. We can't do this. So they said no. So it was 50 at 10%. I increased it to 25%, and I put 200 billion on top of the 50. So now we have $250 billion at 25%. By the way, billions and billions of dollars. The fake news people back there, all those people with all those red lights, they don't want to talk about it. But all of that money, billions of dollars, will be flowing into our treasury. Many of the products that we're buying over there will be made in the United States because they don't want to pay the tax, and there's no tax. And I said, if you attack our farmers, who I love, they're special. See, he's got the green hat on. Make our farmers great again. Right? Make our farmers great again. But they said, you know what? The farmers love Trump. We'll attack the farmers by not buying. Well, guess what? They're starting to buy again, aren't they? But I said, if you do that, we're going to put an additional $267 billion on to your numbers. So we're going to have 500, and probably it'll end up $562 billion when you add it all up, including the little stars all over the place. And you know what? They want to talk. They want to make a deal. And China's been hurt very badly over the last number of months. Their markets are down 30%, and our markets are up 55% since I became president. And I hope we can make a deal with China, but honestly, who knows? But we're very happy where we are. Very, very happy. And I want to thank the farmers, because, you know, I watch the farmers. And they say, and don't forget, the farmers have been going down like this for 20 years, long before I got here. We're going to bring those green caps. You're going to be so proud of me, okay? You're going to be so proud. They want to talk, and at some point they're talking. But I told them just recently, you're not ready to talk yet. You're not ready. In all fairness, they've been making so much money, it's hard for them to say they're making $500 billion a year because we had, let's be nice, we had presidents that it wasn't their thing. But it is my thing. Do you know how wealthy our country would be if they didn't have these really stupid deals all over the place? So many of them. And how about our military deals where we protect rich nations and we don't get reimbursed? How about that stuff? That's changing too, folks. We protect Saudi Arabia. Would you say they're rich? And I love the king, King Solomon, but I said, King, we're protecting you. You might not be there for 2 weeks without us. You have to pay for your military. You have to pay. And Japan is going to also contribute. You know, Japan, we protect Japan. They pay us a small percentage. We protect South Korea. They pay us. And by the way, we're doing great on North Korea, but South Korea, they got to reimburse us. They got to reimburse us. Republicans passed, and I signed the biggest package of tax cuts and reform in the history of our country. We have cut a record number of regulations. Now, we got no Democrat support for any of this. This is what's driving our economy, those two things. We have approved a record number of affordable, generic drugs. What's going to happen to drug prices? And to help critically ill patients get access to life-saving treatments, we passed what's called right to try. A person's terminally ill. They're going to die. And before me, if we had a drug that was really looking good or promising, we wouldn't give them because we didn't want to hurt the person. They're going to die. And it is actually much more complicated than that. They've been trying to pass this for 45 years. Well, 2 months ago, I signed right to try. We have the greatest drugs in the world, the greatest drug makers in the world. I would watch wealthy people travel all over the world trying to find a cure. And poor people just went home. They had no hope. Now they have the right to try. If we have a drug that looks good, but it's 2 years or 3 years or 4 years out, and by the way, we brought that number from 15 years, we think it's going to be down to 4, and in some cases 3, way down. Scott is doing a great job. Scott, get that number down, Scott. And now we have that, I love that, right to try, such a great name. Right to try. You have hope. We also passed Veterans' Choice. 44 years they tried to do it. Giving our veterans the right to see a private doctor if they've got to wait online for weeks and weeks and weeks. 44 years. And we passed the landmark VA Accountability Act. That's people that work in the VA that treat our veterans badly, and we couldn't do a thing about it. And now we can fire them so fast. We'll see you. I just signed legislation. And you think that was easy, getting that through the unions and civil service? That was a 48-year job. And your 2 senators helped me a lot. I will tell you. They helped me a lot. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Roger. And your congressman, by the way, helped me a lot. In particular, your congressman. I just signed legislation to completely rebuild our military, securing $700 billion, and then the following year, $716 billion to purchase the finest planes and ships and tanks and missiles and submarines on the face of the earth. All made in America, made in the USA. And we have given our troops their largest pay raise in more than a decade. Isn't that nice? About time. At my direction, the Pentagon is now working very hard to create the sixth branch of the American Armed Forces. It's called the Space Force. So you have the Air Force, you have the Space Force. Separate. The Space Force. And that's what it's all about, folks. You look at what's happening. I'm not just talking rockets to the moon and to Mars. I'm talking about defense. I'm talking about, that's where it is. It's in space. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, right? Space Force. I withdrew the United States from the horrible, one-sided Iran nuclear deal. And Iran is a much different country. They're trying to put out all the riots they have all over that country. You know, when I became president, I looked there, before I became, I said, how are you stopping Iran? Nobody was able to tell me. And I did this, and they have shattered, man. They have shattered. I got rid of that deal. How about we gave them $150 billion for nothing? We gave them $1.8 billion in cash for nothing. And we've recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And we won't even mention how well we're doing with North Korea. But when I came in there, too, they were going to go to war with North Korea. President Obama said it was his biggest problem. We sat before I took office. What's your biggest problem? The biggest problem is North Korea. We're going to go to war with North Korea. We're doing very well now with North Korea. You don't feel that way anymore, right? You don't feel that way anymore. And the fake news comes out and says, he's giving so much. I haven't given anything. We got our hostages back, right? We've got a lot, and we're getting the remains of our great fallen heroes back. There's been no rockets launched. There's been no missiles launched. There's been no nuclear tests. And we have a good relationship. And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is going over to North Korea next week. And we're working on a second summit. And it just feels good. Now, who knows, folks? Who knows? I can just tell you, when we came in, before I came in, and at the beginning, when the rhetoric was tough, right? That rhetoric was tough. These people were saying, oh, he's going to get us into a war. Well, guess what? That worked out. That rhetoric was tough. And let's see what happens. But we're doing very well. We're doing very well. For years, you watched as your leaders apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America. We are standing up for your values. We are standing up for Mississippi. We are standing proudly. We are standing up for your national anthem. Right? A lot of spirit. A lot of spirit. One of them said the other day, you know, President Trump can't be beaten in 2020. That's driving them crazy. Oh. Who the hell's going to beat us? Look, who's going to beat us? If another president came here and they said, we're coming to Mississippi and we're going to make a speech, you know how many people would show up? Really, 300, 400. You'd have a medium-sized meeting room at a hotel, right? Look at this place. Look at this place. Look at this place. We're lifting millions of our citizens from welfare to work, from dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity. That's what's happening. But to continue our incredible momentum, you have to get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your co-workers, get out and vote Republican, vote for Cindy Hyde-Smith, and vote for Roger Wicker. Got to do it. A vote for Republicans is a vote for lower taxes, less regulation, and more products made right here in the USA. It's a vote to reduce crime, respect law enforcement, and restore the rule of law. It's a vote for strong borders, safe communities, and thriving families, which you are. And a vote for Republicans is a vote to reject the Democrat politics of anger, destruction, chaos, and to come together as neighbors, as citizens, and as Americans. To everyone in this room tonight, to every citizen watching all across our land, this is your time to choose. Very important time when you look at what's happening to Judge Kavanaugh. This is a very important time. It's time to choose whether we turn backward to the failure and frustrations of the past, or whether we continue forward into the unlimited promise of our future. It's not up to the media or the pundits to decide your fate. It's up to you. The future is in your hands, as it was in 2016. That was a beautiful time. There has never been an election like this in our country's history. You have the power, just as you did in 2016. With your vote to save America from socialism and to save America from decay. It's up to you on November 6th to choose a future of patriotism, prosperity, and pride. Loyal citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country, returning power to everyday Americans. We stand on the shoulder of the giants of American history, the greatest, the toughest, the most courageous men and women ever to walk the face of the earth. Our ancestors crossed the oceans, settled a continent, won a revolution, and fought to victory in 2 world wars. Think of it. Think of it. Right? Think of it. American patriots defeated fascism, triumphed over communism, and delivered millions and millions and millions of people into freedom. These courageous patriots did not shed their blood, sweat, and tears so that we could sit at home while others tried to tear down their legacy and destroy our proud American heritage. Right? Just like the pioneers and patriots who came before us, we are going to work, we are going to fight, and we are going to win, win, win. We will not bend, we will not break, we will never give in, we will never give up, we will never back down, we will never surrender, and we will always fight on to victory. Because we are American, and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much, Mississippi. Get out and vote. Thank you.
Hi, it's Alan from InsureYourCompany.com. I'm here at the IT Serve meeting. It's a monthly meeting, and we have a lot of great guests and a lot of great activity going on. If you're not a member of the IT Serve, you should join. It's helpful for the IT staffing and consulting community. This is Alan from InsureYourCompany.com. I'll be talking to you.
Hello, good evening. This is Narasimha Telukuntla, immediate past president for IT Serve Northeast chapter. Today we are having a Startup Cube, one of the very prestigious event in this area for the first time, and we've been planning for this event for quite a few months. There's like a lot of enthusiasm among the community, and a lot of IT sector and other industry startup people are like really excited to present their ideas, and there are VCs and investors are also equally excited, and they're all here. They're like looking forward to have a wonderful event and have a blast. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Andy. This is Shri here from Nimble Accounting. We are very proud to be sponsoring, to be a part of this beautiful event called Startup Cube. This is a good opportunity for to showcase the technology or the startup platform that is being encouraged by IT Serve, and the chala manchi opportunity for people to show their products, and there'll be a lot of investors and VCs, venture capitalists who would be coming along, and we have a beautiful panel which would be adjudicating the startup ideas. This is a great platform. This is a great start for the Northeast chapter, and we're very proud to be part of this prestigious event. Thank you.
Hi, Fred Durla here from Onada Inc. We're here to look for some seed funding for our startup company, which is dressed as the on-demand service company. This organization looks extremely professional, and I'm excited to be part of it this evening. It looks like a very vast and deep, knowledgeable crowd, and I'm looking forward to pitch our offering, which we will be releasing very soon. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to the evening.
Hi guys, my name is Nishita Kambaladina. I'm here from Quick Connect. This is Ravi, and today it's really great to be at IT Service Alliance to come here and promote our app. Just to give you guys a quick overview, our app is called Quick Connect. It's available on iOS and Android. It's a way that businesses can create loyalty programs, appointments, and showcase their mobile, all their products on a mobile commerce platform. And you as an individual can download the personal app, go through, order from your favorite businesses while collecting points and getting rewarded for being a loyal customer. You can also create different profiles to share quickly with your friends and family, and for maybe even your professional environment, and constantly update them instead of using business cards. So it's really great to have this opportunity to come and network with other individuals in the New Jersey startup community and to showcase our app. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. We are Opportunity. We are sponsor of this program, and then we are very happy to be a part of Startup Cube. And at Opportunity, we are involved with various different technologies, and then we involved in developing various different mobile apps. So we work with the technologies like Android, iOS, Swift, Angular, MinStack, and then we also provide various services like app launching, app development, web development, and web design as well. and I wish good luck to a startup cube. Thanks. నమస్కారం అండి, నా పేరు ప్రవీణ్ ఎండపల్లి, న్యూ నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ చాప్టర్ కోర్ మెంబర్. ఇక్కడ స్టార్టప్ క్యూబ్ ఈవెంట్ జరుగుతుంది న్యూజెర్సీలో ఈరోజు. మేము అనౌన్స్ చేసినప్పటి నుంచి ట్రెమెండస్ రెస్పాన్స్ వచ్చింది మనకి. మేము 150 పీపుల్ అనుకున్నాము, ఆల్మోస్ట్ 300 మంది వరకు ఆర్ఎస్విపి చేశారు. ఇది ఆపేయాల్సి వచ్చింది ఆర్ఎస్విపి, అంత డిమాండ్ ఈరోజు స్టార్టప్ క్యూబ్కి. దీనివల్ల ఇన్వెస్టర్స్, కొత్త ప్రాజెక్ట్స్కి ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్, వాటికి వాళ్ళు వచ్చి ప్రజెంట్ చేసుకోవడము, దానివల్ల వాళ్ళకి ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ రావడము, చిన్న కంపెనీస్కి కోసం చేస్తున్నామండి. ఫండింగ్ ఎలా చేసుకోవాలి, ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఎలా తెచ్చుకోవాలి, ప్లస్ స్టార్టప్ కంపెనీస్ ఎలా రన్ చేయాలనే దాని మీద ఈరోజు జరుగుతున్న స్టార్టప్ క్యూబ్ గురించి చెప్పాలి. సో ఒక అద్భుతమైన విషయం ఏంటంటే, న్యూజెర్సీలో ఇంత రెస్పాన్స్ రావడం అనేది దీనికి ఐటీ సర్వ్ మొత్తానికి ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్గా తీసుకొని చేస్తున్నాము. ఇట్స్ వండర్ఫుల్ ఈవెంట్. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening. This is Jay Thaluri. I'm the founding president of IT Serve Northeast Chapter. Today we are going to have a Startup Cube meeting here in Sheraton at Raritan Center, New Jersey. We are going to have more than, we already have almost 200 CEOs attending for this event, and we will be having 6 presenters from different parts of the countries presenting their products here, and 3 more companies are showing their videos. And if you are an investor or if you are looking for any investments, please come and join us. This is the best place for your next investment opportunities in the IT side. And IT Serve has 750 companies registered with IT Serve membership, has membership with IT Serve, and a combined revenue of over $4 billion. So please join us as a member in IT Serve. Thank you.
Hello Andy, very happiness to share today that we are gathering here at Sheraton Raritan Center in New Jersey for the IT Serve Startup Cube. Belongs to the Northeast, and very happy. Myself Praveen Thadakamala, the executive member of IT Serve. We are very happy. Lot of people are here to get the Startup Cube going great, and we can see more than 150 CEOs here, and also we have great speakers tonight, and it's a great achievement in the history of IT Serve. We're starting something for the first time in New Jersey, and I wish the message goes to every IT company owners so they can be part of this great IT Serve, and please sign up for the membership. That can give lot of scope, as well as we can all become the best in what we are doing. Thank you, and once again, this is Praveen.
Very happy to be here, and I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of these organizations to come together, work together for common causes. It's an important times, and especially as the country is changing with how we do business and why we do business, it's important to all be on the same page going forward. Thank you.
Yes, hello. I'm Baljit Singh. I'm a CPA partner in charge of New Jersey office of the firm. A little about our firm. We were started in 1985 in Los Angeles, California. Currently, we have 5 offices in US and 6 affiliate offices in India. There are more than 300 people that we have in our firm, and I am in charge of the New Jersey office of the firm. I have come to IT Serve to attend this great event. Last year, I think a couple of years back when there was a launch, it was a great event. And the way IT Serve is connecting the IT companies all over the US, it's like really amazing. And we look forward to this great event and learn some more about the startup and all that.
Hello, my name is Min Kim. I'm a partner at Achuga LP. We have an office located here in Edison, New Jersey. I'm here. I'm here with my group from our law firm, and we're a law firm, but we also have an accounting practice as well. And we're excited to sponsor and support and participate in today's event. One of my colleagues, actually, Dia Matthews, she's one of the panelists. So. Just to share a little bit about our firm, we offer a multitude of legal services and accounting services, and we're specifically wanting to target startup IT companies. We understand that such companies need a variety of corporate, legal, litigation, immigration support, and we hope to plug ourselves into that community and provide that kind of service to these burgeoning companies. So please look us up. Once again, my name is Min, and the firm I'm associated with is Chuga LLP. Thank you.
My name is Lakshmi Moparthi. I work with New York Life Insurance Company. Today I am the proud sponsor of this IT Serve Startup Cube. I do work with New York Life Insurance Company, and my area of expertise is in providing life insurance, college education plans, and special retirement plans for business owners. And today there is a Startup Cube meeting happening here, which is really useful for investors and as well as for the people who has really good ideas, but looking really forward to take off. And I would like to thank ITSO for connecting people and giving such a nice platform for everybody to come up with new ideas, and it's a good opportunity for investors also to invest for nice and good in a strategic ideas. So thank you so much ITServe, and I hope I wish all the best to ITServe, and thank you so much, and I wish ITServe will conduct most of these meetings in future also, which is very useful. Thank you so much.
And I don't think I need to tell you about the subscription model. It's what's taking off, right? Back in 2015, it was going to look to be a $3 billion model, and now as of 2017, okay, the websites in the subscription model have had 37 million visitors. That's an 800% growth. That's the way business is going. So, and that's the trend, right? Everyone wants to order everything online. So no longer will consumers have to go to the store to buy their garbage bags. No longer do they have to have them polluting the earth. That takes 2,000 years. These bags will biodegrade in about 2 years, okay? And you don't have to search for another trash bag again. It's right there in your can. And it's a feel-good story. People like to buy products that are good for the environment and good for the economy. So that's the household market. It's a $2.4 billion market. Now, just like Gillette was to the Dollar Shave Club, Hefty and Glad have 93% of the market on the shelves, and they're primed. They're primed to be disrupted through this model. In the green space, there are several smaller competitors doing a green trash bag only, but no one has a complete dispensing system or a membership model. People say, well, where are we? In the retail selling space of 13-gallon bags, Bag Ups is on the lower end price-wise. And that's just people who are selling bags, not the whole membership model or the dispensing system. And a lot of those are not truly biodegradable. They just have some combination of recycled product to them. We have a second phase that we'll launch after this, which is our B2B model. And why that? Because this is a real time saver, true time saver. Third-party testing says every 100 bags that you change, it's a Burger King, a McDonald's, a sporting event, you save 2 man-hours of efficiency. So that's a direct end. So we want to go direct to the commercial users and through distributors. Currently, we're a preferred vendor for the whole VA hospital system. And there's only 85 businesses that are called PPLs, or preferred vendors to the VA hospital system, because they noticed a man-hour savings of up to $9 million. Currently, we have one channel partner, US Foods, which works with us in the VA system. And our newest customer is the stadium, the Brooklyn Cyclones. So we have a unique proposition. Right, so large market, 100% of the people and businesses can use this product. The subscription model is proving and gaining popularity, right? Businesses increase efficiency. It's made in America, supporting veterans and people with disabilities. Currently, we have a 63% reorder rate, and we get a lot of buzz in the marketplace. We have 4 patents, 1 pending, and 2 for Canada. Also, when it comes to green, 71% of consumers think green when they're purchasing, and there's businesses that want to go for their LEED certification, which is the greening of their business. When we look at our cost of goods sold, currently we're at a 51% gross profit margin, and we know with volume we can drive the cost down in our boxes, in our plastic, in our labor, and also in our shipping rate. We do get a lot of buzz. With 0 advertising dollars, we've had 14 spots on national news. There's myself. I'm a team. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I had a startup and took that public. Also, on my team is the former vice president of Symantec, who's our CTO, and also Rich, who's our operation and product manager. On our board, we have Jim Palumbo, who was the former CEO of Iowa and Sony. Rob Jensen also had a company that he just sold. And I have 2 attorneys, one for intellectual patents and one for M&A. Here's how we'd be looking for $150,000 for a convertible note. All we need to do is really, it's for e-commerce, trade shows, inventory, machinery, and some general expenses and working capital. Everything else is done. Our exit strategy is to sell the company or the IP outright to a large plastic bag manufacturer, distributor, or e-commerce site within 36 months, or 6 times the gross sales. And I could talk to you about what the membership model sales look like. They're very high because you own the customer. Or lease the intellectual property, or license it out. Again, let's turn trash into cash and make a difference 1 bag at a time. And again, I thank you for your listening and your attention. Thank you very much for having me.
So as I announced before, if you have any questions, Jack and his team are right here, so you could definitely direct them to them. Earlier, I had announced a couple of judges for the pitching panel. We had Elaine and we had Jay Talluri. Now we also are joined by a distinguished member, Hari Eppanapalli. Hari is right here. Hari is a financial services professional, entrepreneur, and a philanthropist with a passion for education, healthcare, and environment. So with over 30 years of diverse experience as a financial services professional, Mr. Eppanapalli has been involved in directing and managing major high-visible growth initiatives in the financial services industry. He's an entrepreneur and a visionary. He's also done his executive program in general management from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Sloan School of Business. So he is a member on the board of several companies, specifically Quibble Genomics. He's a co-founder of Virtual Reality Minds. He's the chairman of the board of the CIC Group. He's also several other companies. The list goes on. But in the interest of time, I'll stop with that, but please put your hands together for Hari, who's also here with us. The next pitch is going to be from Nomadics. We're going to invite Ramesh Balan and Kirk Ordus from Nomadics, the company that is looking to disrupt and transform education for millions of students around the world with their game-changing platform. So given that they're going to pitch education and Hari is an educationalist, it's going to be a good combination.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ramesh, and this is Kirk. Hi. We both are from Nomadics. Education is the second largest industry, and it's the last one that's waiting to be disrupted. So Nomadics is a platform-based company, and we make classrooms, especially digital classrooms, more interactive and smarter. So we are based in Plano, Texas, and as I was saying, it's a SaaS platform. We're in early growth stage, so we have done a lot of the proof of concept piloting. We've also released a paying version that customers are using, school districts are using. We've gotten a lot of press recognition, not just here in the US, but also we got covered in the front page of the Hindu. It was a front page article, and then we started getting a lot of traction in India. So that's one of the areas that we are actually going to move into also. So the whole idea is about how to make learning more dynamic for students and more so we can make the learning more efficient, avoid a lot of the manual work that goes on, and also automate and also make it more interactive and make it more data-centric, right? We are the first to market in the kind of platform-based approach that we are introducing into the market. And also, it's a lot of effort building this kind of a platform, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so although there's multiple markets that we can be going, I mean, we have been pulled into higher education. In India, some of the private engineering colleges, so they are asking us. Our focus is squarely on K-12 because it's a huge market by itself. You know, the classrooms are wanting to go digital. They are bringing in lots of devices and all that. It's actually, U.S. spends about $50 billion in technology, but still, if you go into a classroom right now, you're going to see that most of what they are doing is still traditional paper-based, and even if they are using some digital tools, it's just rudimentary and not very helpful. So most of the time, you're seeing the devices just sitting there, and the students just, most of them, they're actually learning using the traditional ways.
So we have 3 revenue streams. One's the platform, the SaaS subscription model. We have a content exchange where we're sharing information among teachers, among classrooms, among school systems, so they can monetize their efforts. And then we have an app, and there's some in-app purchases and a freemium model. In terms of distribution, it's a global distribution model, all indirect. In the U.S., we're distributing through Office Depot. That's U.S. and Canada, and then we're setting up a distributor, master distributor relationship in India and in the Mideast. And what we're looking for is $700K in convertible debt.
Next one.
So basically, as Ramesh said, right now there is a digital classroom. There is some content in classroom. It's primarily PDFs, movies, Word documents, what have you. And what's missing is actual engagement between the student and the teacher. The digitalization has gotten in the way. They lack the feedback, it's not data-driven, and it lacks personalization.
One of the other things also is it's been traditionally controlled by the publishers, right? So they've been selling textbooks, they've been holding on to it, but the schools actually would want to take the control over, because when you use a textbook, it's just one source that you're dependent on. The internet offers you so many different ways by which you can bring the content into the classroom. And that's what the teachers are doing. But unfortunately, all that content that's available to them, or majority of that, is static. You know, a lot of PDF files. So what do you do with the PDF file? You can put it on a Google Drive and let the student download it and print it and then start working on it. That's not enough. So what we have built is one of the first platform-based solutions in the whole industry, okay? So it's actually centered around making the content, the lessons, the courses, the actual learning experiences, the traditional learning experiences, not just the e-learning that you've seen so far. How do you actually learn? By repetition, by going and showing the work, you know, working through a problem. How can we digitize the whole experience? That's what you're going to see. So to do that, we have to take a completely different approach from how you take a content and actually convert that. That's what the publishers are doing. So they take a textbook, first thing they scan it, make it into PDF, make it available online. So then they would send it out to some content conversion people, create XML formats. So that's the whole tedious process, right? So what we have created is a content studio. It's got 7 different authoring tools and then corresponding apps. And then to simplify the workflow between the teacher and the student, we have created something called a classroom app and a backpack app. So that's all the teacher and the student needs. And then we have created an entire content exchange so there can be collaboration between all the teachers to create this dynamic content. You're basically democratizing the whole dynamic content. So as we were saying, you're taking a static content and you're building layers of intelligence. I call it for interactivity, for assessment, for feedback. So these are all metadata formats. Sorry about getting technical. But once that is all bundled together, it's all created using the Content Studio. So there's smart paper, smart label, smart video. Each one of it addresses a separate pattern. So I'll show you a few examples as demos so you get clarity. But it's all consumed by the app. So we control the authoring, we control the consumption, we can put a digital rights management layer over it, so we can get the small authors, the small publishers also to participate in this whole conversion process. So here's the first demo that we are going to show. So, you know, one of the hardest subjects to digitize is math. So how do you actually take something like a very simple problem set, keep going, And then what we are going to show is how the student is actually working on it. This has been made into a dynamic content now. So the system actually captures every stroke of what the student is actually working on. And then there's an assessment layer over there. When you open it, well, the answers are handwritten too. So when you actually create it, you're not using latex, this, that, very complex stuff. Automatically graded it. It immediately gave him feedback. So the teacher does not have to do the grading. And now you have dashboards where the teacher is actually looking at the whole classroom. They can drill down into each one of the student. Oh, there's the problem area. Let me go and look at the problem. We created the first instant replay system for the teacher to be able to actually watch stroke by stroke of what the student do. Why? Because you don't want to know that Johnny didn't understand something. You want to know why he did not understand something. Did he miss a plus sign or a minus sign? So this gives the ability, the human capacity for the teacher to look if they want to. It's like an NFL instant replay system. You're not going to be watching every play there, but when you want to, you can actually go and watch it. So the same way, one of the toughest things, how do you digitize geometry? So that's how we are done. We have actually made it into a tactical. You can move the ruler around, you can measure it, okay? And then you can swipe it, so there's gestures, there's different kinds of things. So by virtualizing all of this, now you can make it into, you can put a video link, we can put an assessment there, so it's completely digitized, everything in one place. And the workflow and everything is through the classroom.
So the real thrust here is show where the disruption and where the general trend is. The big publishers are taking the content, digitizing as Ramesh has outlined. We're not making content. What we're doing is adding layers of metadata on top of content. So we're leveraging the content that's already in the classroom, that's been introduced by teachers, curriculums, and what have you. Small publishers are focused on particular little segments of the market, and we've found this tremendously huge opportunity transforming localized content. And if you look at the competitive, if you look from the content as being static and dynamic, and on the other axis in terms of publishers and localized content, you've got people with tools and you've got people with content, but you don't have tools that transform the content.
Okay. Keep going. Okay, so the second product that we actually said is it's not enough to have just a platform. So what we have created is something called Number Sense. So so we'll move faster. So what we are doing here is we are providing something for the students in a gamified format. So just like how Kumon and iLevel, they are actually giving practice level, completely gamified, completely interactive. There's audio features, there's tactile features. It makes it into, we invented this whole dynamic number board. So there's several layers of complexity that you can throw over there. Classrooms are actually starting to use this as a supplemental resource. It gives us a strategy to actually get in front of the parents and in front of schools without going through all the bureaucracy. Okay.
So if you look at the market,
Huge
it's actually
market. Huge market. Let's go.
Yeah, a $50 billion market, and our estimates are based on only $20 per student.
Yeah.
Go-to-market, we discussed this earlier slide. We've already got an agreement with Office Depot. We're working on MOU with the distributor, so things are looking solid in terms of our go-to-market.
We're also getting some traction from the Ministry of Education in Dubai, so that's going to be a huge opportunity for us. So,
and then in the financials, the only revenue we have in 2017 is based on the agreements with these distributors. So it's actually not revenue from the deployment.
We also have the Number Sense revenue coming. So, okay. So the team is pretty broad. So we got Dell Education CTO, and then we have Dr. Jill Hollander. She used to be Assistant Superintendent of Cincinnati Public Schools. So we have a very solid team all around it. So this is what we are going to use the funds for. So mostly for market and business development, market Dubai, India, and then roll out with Office Depot here throughout the US, and then launching the whole Number Sense freemium game. Also activating, of course I mentioned that. So from a technology perspective, we are building a global cloud-based infrastructure. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh and Kirk. So with that, we are coming to the final pitch for the evening, and this is going to be Easy Logistics. And Shweta has a quick announcement to make before we call them.
Sorry for the interruption, but we do have a dinner outside. You are most welcome to go ahead and grab a dinner and come inside and have dinner. And I know a lot of people felt the food was spicy before, but the food is delicious right now. So please go ahead and grab it and come back. Thank you.
So for those of you who didn't eat already, just be careful. I ate, and I put in my fitness app on my phone what I ate, and it automatically sent the ambulance to the venue.
All right, I'm not going to take much of your time, but one question. How many of you love India? Can you raise your hands? That's it? All right, if you guys love India, there's something coming up. It's called Discover India Festival. These are from 15 countries, 40 artists, and these are Europeans from Western countries who chose to be Indians, and they are going to be performing in New York City starting this September 8th, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, West Virginia, Ohio, and then a bunch of other states. So please go to discoverindiafest.com. And these are non-Indians. They turn to be, I don't like to be religious here, but then they picked Hinduism. So organized by a bunch of kids, second-generation kids who are under 20 years old. So we definitely, Dr. Ashik Rawal is here. He's promoting Discover India Fest. So please go to discoverindiafest.com and support Discover India if you really love India. Nobody loves India.
All right, so truly, we are going into this efficient, agile, scalable, intelligent delivery services that can be shared by automotive dealerships. John and Karen Defini are going to present Easy Logistics. A note to presenters, please also, cover the entire audience. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if I can, trump the Discover India and the food thing, but we're going to try. Thank you very much. I just want to pass this immediately right to my wife, Karen.
Hi, guys. My name is Karen Defini. This is my husband, John Defini. We are so excited to be here. In fact, we just got off of a flight from the West Coast. We landed and we came straight here. So I often go to the West Coast for business, and it's not very often that I come in and I'm excited about a meeting in the evening. So thank you very much to IT Serve Alliance and also to Vijay and Shweta for asking us to speak, and we're very grateful for this opportunity, so thank you. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is we're here to talk about our company, Easy Ground. And when we were coming up with an idea for our business, we were looking at other businesses and what makes them successful. And we had come up with two big things that really makes a company successful. The first thing is a company will come up with a simple solution for a common problem. And the second thing is they are focused on their customers and they know what kind of customers that they're serving. So when we were coming up with our company, we noticed that the biggest trend in our industry is that we are a society of consumers. And with the internet, we're even more educated as consumers. So typically, we know what we want, we know exactly what we want, and we want it delivered to us in the fastest and most efficient way. And when you order a product, say through Amazon or through some other company on the internet, there are several solutions that will deliver these products to you very quickly. So we have our long-distance shipping solutions down pat. There's Federal Express, there's UPS, DHL, you name it. There's lots of companies that are very profitable shipping things at long distance. However, when it comes to shipping things locally, we kind of fall short. So if you say it's your anniversary and you want to have flowers delivered to your spouse, a local flower shop comes to your door and delivers flowers. Or if you're hungry and you want a pizza, so an employee of the local pizzeria usually comes and delivers that product to your door. So the bottom line is local deliveries are very old-fashioned. So when we were coming up with something, an idea for our business, I want to mention that both John and I come from a technology background. But prior to that, I was in the hospitality industry, and John was in the automotive industry. Besides that, we are also very big car fanatics. So we understand the industry very well, and we knew that when we were coming up with our company, we wanted to come up with a solution for the automotive industry. And so that's where Easy Ground comes in. So as a consumer, and most of you probably came here using an automobile. And typically, what will happen is, I don't know if you're familiar with the whole process of what happens when your car gets into an accident, but usually your car will, if you're in an accident, it'll be delivered to a local body shop. An insurance adjuster will come out, and they will assess the damage to your vehicle, and they'll figure out what parts you need for your car to repair your car. And so that body shop will go to a local dealership and order the parts that you need for your vehicle. Now, when the dealership gets the parts in, they need to get the parts delivered back to that local body shop where your car is. And so the automotive industry currently has a problem in distributing their parts to dealerships. From dealerships to local body shops, typically they will all have their own van, and they will all employ a driver. So it's a lot of overhead.
Yeah, so thank you, Karen. She's absolutely right. So currently right now I work in technology. I work for a very large global bank, and I head their, you're going to have to keep up with me, I move around quite a bit. So I run their globalization platform, very large global bank, and I know ops very well. But like Karen said, before that I worked in the automotive industry. The problem that she's talking about is huge. It's something that I dealt with quite a bit when I was in the industry. Basically what it is exactly what Karen said, is every dealership has to have their own truck. They have to have their own truck, their own driver, all of this just to work on their core business. So if you want to participate in the automotive wholesale business, you're basically spending about $67,000 per year on just the overhead. Now this varies. We've done a lot of studies on this. And it varies from $45,000 to about $75,000, depending on the region that you're in. Right? If you're in upstate New York, your hourly rates, things like that are cheaper. If you're in New Jersey, it's a lot more. But basically, all these figures, right, that I have here, between the van, the fuel, tolls, van maintenance, buying the van, the drivers, the salary. There's even things that I didn't put onto this slide, but it runs about $67,000 just so that they can operate their business. They really don't even want to have this overhead. And one may ask, why do they do it? Well, it's because nobody has actually looked at this industry and figured it out, right? Like Karen said, if you want to ship something long distance, we got that all squared away. It's not a problem. But if you want to do something local, you're not going to be able to do it. There's mom and pop courier shops out there, right, that still use clipboards, and you got to call up for a quote and whatnot. But the automotive industry, and a lot of others, by the way, but we're just concentrating on automotive, need more personalization. They need more of a white glove service. They need the type of vehicle to be able to handle a $4,000 Mercedes-Benz hood, or bumpers and glass and all that. So nobody's really looked at that industry. Nobody's really looked at the automotive industry for a long time, the actual dealership industry. So these are the figures that it actually takes to go and run that business. So Karen, go ahead. And
we came up with this idea, honestly, on a Sunday. We were driving on a busy road, sort of similar to Route 18. And if you pass, we passed probably about 5 dealerships within I'd say 3-mile stretch. And each of these dealerships had a van and obviously a driver. And all of them were just sitting unused over the weekend. And all of these dealerships, if you think about it, they all cross their routes, right? They're going from one dealership to body shop, and they've got to turn around and go back to their home dealership. All of them are crossing routes. And so we came up with Easy Ground, which is, it provides an efficient, agile, scalable, and intelligent delivery service that can be shared by automotive dealerships. The key word to this is shared, because currently they all have their own.
What we're doing is we're solving this problem that's been in the industry for a long time, and we're doing it with technology. So going back to the idea that we've worked in the automotive industry, now I work in the operations, and thank you very much. So looking at how we can solve this, we decided it's going to be technology. We're in an age now where we can do this. So we've created a software platform. I actually, from my experience, I have a team of people that I know very well that are actually in the Hyderabad region. And we have right now about 12 people working on our software. We're actually developing the MVP that's going to be finished in the middle of November. And what the solution does, and a lot of people are probably thinking about this already, is it's almost like, and I use this very loosely, it's almost like an Uber for delivery. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, they have UberX, but we'll move past that. They really don't for something like this. What this does is it allows the dealership to offload all the overhead that they have, and now they're going to be able to, the parts manager, whoever handles the wholesale orders, will be able to log on to our infrastructure. They'll be able to sign in. They'll have an address book with all their local body shops and whatnot. They'll type in their order, exactly what they need. It's a few short details. They hit a button, and a delivery agent basically shows up. So somebody shows up to pick up these parts and deliver them. The key here is the efficiencies. The efficiencies. Now we're able to track traffic. We're able to have specific algorithms that understand the best routes. We're able to understand that when somebody leaves the Edison area and they're making a delivery to Paramus, they can stop at 3 other dealerships along the way. That doesn't happen right now. Everybody hires their own truck, and this can only be done through software. So these are just some really quick, fast facts, some fun facts. At the top line, what you're going to see is the current situation that dealerships use. Out of an 8-hour workday, the average that's spent right now is 4.5 hours delivering. So these dealerships are acting on a 56% current efficiency rate of their drivers. Now,
and this is real data. We have pulled this from a source of dealerships that we've worked with to give us real-time data.
yeah, so Karen's right. We actually, at the moment, we have about 7 charter members that actually have signed up to actually give us real data. And also my brother owns a Nissan dealership that kind of helps. So I can get into his books and actually see what's going on. Some of the dealerships that we have in New Jersey are actually multi-dealerships too, where they have 13, 14 different brands and different dealerships. It's just not one-off shops. So they're working at 56% current efficiency rate of their drivers, which is ridiculous, right? When you look at business, a lot of people ask me, why has this been going on for so long? You look at how that changes, the bottom 2 here. So what we're looking to do is for every 5 drivers, we can do that with 3. Based on what we've been studying and looking at the algorithms that we have, we can do that with 3 drivers. Our goal is 90% efficiency. What that works out to be, and we have projection spreadsheets that obviously I'm not going to show right here, but we have a lot of deep dive information that people can speak to us about. But on our current projections that we have, after the 2nd year, which would be July 2019, we're looking at 27.8% net profit margin. That's net profit margin. And 1.4 million net profit over the 2 years. That's 10% of market penetration of New Jersey and New York.
So the market potential, we're very lucky to be in this New Jersey region because we're based in northern New Jersey, which is where we've decided to headquarter Easy Ground. And the beauty of this is that our market potential is huge. Currently, there is no competitor doing this, 0. They've all got their own delivery services, proprietary and on-premise. So in New Jersey alone, there's 463 new car dealerships. And then in New York, which is our neighboring state, I'm not even counting Connecticut or Pennsylvania yet, there's 886. So the market potential for just these states is, there's about 1,350 new car dealerships, and that's 25 million per year. That's the market potential. So those slides that you saw before, based on a 10% penetration, is about 130 dealers. And then the beauty of also being in the New Jersey region is that out of the 50 states, New York and New Jersey represent 7.5% of all US dealers, which on the next slide you'll see. The entire US, there's 18,000 new car dealers. And so we're 7.5% just in these 2 states. And that's a market potential of $380 million per year. So what if we were to capture just 10% of that?
Exactly. So this slide usually is, this was like the eureka moment when Karen and I were building out our formulas and whatnot, and we started looking at NDA data. That's another place where we're getting all of our data. NDA is the National Dealer Association. They handle the metrics for the automotive industry for years and years and years. And we started looking at this, and it was 18,000 dealers, and we plugged that into all our cost projections and whatnot, and we're like, my God, it's $380 million. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's just new car dealers. Anybody ever hear of Pep Boys, Napa, AutoZone, Advance? What about the local salvage yards? What about the tire distributors? What about the fact that Karen has a mentor from one of her last jobs that owns a furniture company. And we showed this to him, and he goes, I could get rid of all my furniture trucks. Or what about the guys, the shady guys that deliver your washer dryer from Sears or that kind of thing? So of course now, this is where the wheels start to turn, but we don't want to go too crazy, right? So what we've done is we've taken the old model of taking a T and flipping it upside down. We're driving straight down through the market, and we're going to what we understand and what we know, where we have all our connections, which is the auto industry. We're going to build out our software through our minimal viable product, through iterations, get the actual force in place, and then from there, it can go anywhere. So it's actually quite enormous. The dealerships is where we want to concentrate. You can see the numbers in the dealership. I just want to pause before I go into questions and just speak a couple more things about Uber. So Uber's a really, really fantastic company, right? And when we've been doing our customer validation, a lot of people have asked us, well, what about Uber? You know, they have Uber Truck, they have everything else. And what's interesting about that, and this comes from being in the industry, is there's definitely a place, and there will always be a place for an Uber-style delivery service, absolutely. The problem that we have, and everyone here will understand this right away, and it's something that we've seen through customer validation, is the last dealership I worked for was Paul Miller Porsche. I was the parts manager there. And some of the body orders, when I say body orders, you know, when you bust up your car, like Karen said, some of these body orders end up being $17,000, right? Now, if you go to a Honda dealer, sometimes they're $3,000 or whatever. You can't have Rick from West Patterson stop by with his pickup truck. It's not going to fly. What happens is the reputational loss from these dealerships, if they were to have that type of a service. Now, that service is going to find its place. It absolutely will. It's a little bit slow to adopt right now, but it will. We all know. But there needs to be that white glove concierge style service. So the automotive industry is an absolute great fit for that. The last thing I just want to say, and I just want to make sure I hit all the points, is the revenue streams. So we have two revenue streams right now, and somebody is probably thinking about this right now. We have two revenue streams. One is we're going to come into a dealership, we're going to offer that we can offload everything for you, the service, the whole thing, right? And that's one of our revenue streams that we talked about. The second one is if you go into an industry where maybe your dealership, where they already have their drivers, and for whatever reason they're very attached to the way they do business. It's part of their market. We'll offer the software. So you can keep your drivers, you can keep everything that you have. We'll offer the software, and it'll be a pay-per-delivery type thing. So we have a software model, and we have a delivery service model. The software model is also being aimed at those mom-and-pop courier shops that I told you about that are out there, but they're not very efficient. Selling to those types of people, the software is our second form of revenue. So
we knew we had 7 minutes, so we do have screenshots of things, but not here in 7 minutes, but anybody who wants further information, we can definitely share that.
Thank you so much, Karen and John, for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Do you have a question? I like questions.
How much sales are you doing right now with your platform, and what is the growth model, and how much do you expect from individual investors?
Those are actually very, very good questions. What we're doing right now is we have, like I mentioned, the charter members. We have charter members that are coming on board in September. So what are we? It is September. In September and October, and they're going to come on board even though our platform is not built yet. So we have agreements that we've had with them where they're going to get discounted rates on service and whatnot. We're going to bring them in working manually. So we're going to bring them over, working manually. We're going to say, look, your whole business operations, the way it works is all going to be manual, but we're going to handle that. The reason why we're doing that is because when we work through our MVP, when we turn our software platform on for the first time, you can imagine how complicated this is. We don't want the thing to just break, right? So these drivers are going to be able to step through the process one by one. One day they'll log in. The second day they'll have GPS. The next day they'll be able to enter routes. They'll be able to do all that stuff little at a time. So we are getting some income from them. But it's more that we're getting the knowledge. We're getting the knowledge. We're also getting the trust. These people are actually extremely excited to be involved in something that's going to be industry changing. So going back to your other question, we have two different models of growth, and they're tied into how much money we're looking for. We're really bootstrapping, and I'd love to sit here all night and tell you about the amazing things that we've done to get around buying trucks and stuff like that. We have some really amazing ways that we've done that. But to answer your questions, there's two growth models. Right now we're looking for $150,000. And most of that, if not all of that, is in software development, finishing up patent stuff, legals, that sort of thing, hiring an operations person. We're really focusing on hiring the right operations person that's going to be able to help us out. And by that growth, by that number, the 150,000, we, in our projections, which like I said, I don't have up, we plan on having that paid back by April of next year. So April of next year, that would be paid back, and then we start becoming profitable when we roll that forward into that second year is when we're at 1.4. Now, the second that I was just talking to you about, the second investment is if we wanted to just further the growth model, we're looking at 350,000. What 350,000 really gets us above what I was just talking about, like why would you need that much more money, is then we would concentrate on possibly, I shouldn't even say possibly, hiring a sales force. And we would do 2 coasts at the same time. We'd have some people outside in the West Coast, which is another huge area. LA, everybody knows about the car culture out there, and also here. So that would be investing in more of a force, a sales force. It might even be a person that has higher experience, like a specialty in sales. So what we gain with that is just further, or I should say faster growth, accelerated growth. Did I answer your questions? I feel like I missed one.
Thank you, John.
Is it okay? You want to see
John
me after?
available for a follow-up private conversation afterward.
Yeah.
Your passion is infectious. Thank you so much, you guys
problem.
coming in.
Thank you, everybody.
So energetic. Appreciate it, guys. And what a great panel of startups we had. Thank you. Thank you all of the startups and the judges. Jan, we would like to come on the stage and provide the feedback.
May I have the judges?
Really wonderful presentations by the start companies. It's very impressive. And I wish you all the best, and we will be giving our opinions, share with you later on. And it's wonderful having this presentation here. Thank you. Wonderful, Vijay.
Thank you so much. Vijay, a token of thanks.
Can we have Hari on stage? Hari, Praveen, and Shridhar.
I would like to congratulate ICSER for hosting such a wonderful evening. So many people on a working day seeing and enthusiastic about learning what is happening in the startup world and also interested in investing and encouraging the startups. So it's a big round of applause for all the ITServe team. And I'm very impressed. I'm also an investor into this kind of things. So I'm excited to be part of this, and I will be happy to mentor. I'm on the boards of several organizations, but very much would like to offer my experience and in guiding these startups if anything is needed. Thank you.
Can we have Elaine to share the feedback as a judge?
Well, it was certainly a pleasure to listen to each of these presentations. They were fabulous. They were extremely well put together and beautiful to watch. And what I did was I had a grid from doing this at another point in time, and I judged everybody looking at the clarity of the idea, the market data they provided, the terminal value that they sometimes mentioned, and the numbers, always looking at the numbers. And I found that everybody was basically so well prepared and made such interesting propositions of their business ideas. And so I congratulate you all. Okay.
So, thank you so much. Can we have Shridhar Chellara on stage, please? Praveen Andapalli, please. Can we have the judges on the stage? Praveen Andapalli and Shridhar Chellara.
We have a video presentation from them. So let's have a quick look at the video presentation by eTechie and Indie Solar first.
Your history, your background, your experience, and then provide the real expert eTechie that they will provide. Don't get frustrated by the sort of deadlines, gaps in screening expertise, scheduling ping pong, and interviewing fatigue resulting from internal tech applicants. eTechie's dedicated support team manages all of the logistics, and our professional interviewers probe candidates' responses to assess technical competency and experience.
Well, let's start. Why don't you give me a little bit of your background, briefly highlighting your strengths areas?
What's been the most closest to a fire type scenario, and how did you and your existing team and colleagues respond to that?
What do you consider the most popular attack vector?
How is the data determined for differential backup?
Do you see the green icon bar in front of you on the screen? One to the right of the pencil is the collaborative editor. Please open.
Okay.
Can you read the first two lines to me?
Populate the array with odd integers in the range of -1 to 100, and populate another integer with the inner range of -1 to 2.
Please write the good and let me know.
eTechie's independent structured results resolve concerns of hiring managers and recruiters alike. Our candidate skills scorecard provides essential data to make the right decisions and achieve better hiring results, period. Our on-demand screening platform helps companies save time, money, and other hassles impacting the interview process. Our global community of expert techie interviewers separate the contenders from the pretenders early in the recruiting cycle to provide color and context to otherwise bland resumes for your top prospects. Your hiring managers will applaud, and your candidates will be cheering for more.
Great, thank you very much. And please remember to say what you thought of me as an interviewer.
All feedback is welcome.
That's pleasure talking to you. It was a nice interview.
It was quite interesting, the way how you questioned me and the way how the discussion happened. And I liked it actually.
Get started by visiting etechie.com today.
Next, we will have a video presentation by Indy Solo, leading certified public accounting and management consulting firm located in New Jersey. Mr. P.K. Ram, please.
Good evening, friends. Thank you, Bala. Thank you, Venkat, for giving us this opportunity to be here. And this is a team here, and we are proud to be part of this organization. Ram Associates, we have
from the beginning. Thank you so much, IT Serve Core Committee, for giving us such a nice opportunity to meet CEOs and business owners at one platform. We are very proud to be sponsors of this startup club, where there is a lot of opportunities, where people can find a lot of opportunities for whatever they want to start or whatever the ideas they have. And we appreciate for that, because we also can tell somebody like what are the opportunities that they can find in IT Serve. I really appreciate IT Serve Core Committee for these new ideas. And we are from York Life. We offer life insurance and group health insurance, estate planning, and special retirement plans for business owners. And please feel free to contact for any of your financial needs or insurance needs and services. And once again, I'm Lakshmi Moparthi, and thank you so much once again from the bottom of my heart to IT Serve Core Committee. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. And whatever you find here today that will help you in future, I hope you all will get benefit out of it. Thank you so much, and thanks a lot once again to IT Serve Core Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, Vice President, and all the other members who put this together. First of all, let's have Houston, Southern Texas people in our prayers and thoughts tonight. IT Serve has created a platform where you can donate any amount of money. I would suggest go to itserve.org. There is a link over there. This is a genuine charity organization. You will know that your money has gone to the right source, to the right people. Okay? Thank you. And me, myself, I'm Maipal Reddy. I've been with New York Life for many years now. Like Lakshmi said, yes, we do life insurance as our core business, but we do business planning for owners, retirement, tax-free, guaranteed retirement income is there, children's education, estate planning. So these are some of the things. And one other thing I have for you is group term insurance I'll be able to provide to your company employees. Because when an untimely death and a premature death happens to one of the employees, they're going to come to you. And you as an employer, they're going to say, sir, what can you do for us? Instead of you all cutting them a check for $500,000 or whatever, New York Life will cut them a check for $100,000 or $250,000. So whoever wants to talk about group term insurance for your employees, please, I'm the person who might want to talk. Thank you again, and don't forget, let's keep Houston people in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi and Maipal. Next, before we proceed, may I please request all the people who are behind to have a seat so that we can move on the agenda. So next, we'll move on to the panel discussion. Growth is an essential thing for success as a startup, and while not growing quickly enough to gain traction is an obvious issue. Before chasing expansion, it is important to have a solid foundation. With this, we will go ahead to our first panel discussion on the topic Foundation of a Startup, Tips to Building a Successful Company, led by Dr. Suresh Kumar. Anil Jawabi, Ram Iyer, and I would like to call Praveen Andapalli, who is the CEO of Vital Global Communication, who kindly agreed to support the discussion as a moderator.
Thank you everybody and welcome to the Startup Tribune. And I would like to thank you for Suresh and Anil and Ram to accept our invitation to participate in our panel discussion on startup sprint and the successful startup. I have some questions because I'm new to the moderating this event, so I write up some questions. I'm going to ask our panelists. These people are very experienced guys. Please listen. Any questions you guys have, please write up in a piece of paper and hand over to our people. They will, after the panel discussions, they will answer those questions. But there's no one-on-one discussion right now, but only thing we have right now is to give the questions to our one of the members. Thank you. First question to Suresh. Mr. Suresh, I know you since long time. He's a professor. I need to ask you a question about your journey, experience in building and mentoring startups. Please.
My professional background is as a banker. So I was a private banker for many years. Started in India and here. So in my course of being a private banker, I got to meet with a lot of high net worth Asian Americans, and who were mostly in business. So as you got to sit down with them and talk to them and see some of them bring a check to you every 2 weeks, I was like, if you're doing something which I will learn about. So I kind of spend more time with them and got to know them. I got interested in business. And about 17 years ago, I started my first company. After which it went through lots of ups and downs, and we will talk about that. Following 9/11, almost went bankrupt, changed business models, turned around. I sold the company. I also had about 3 other startups, and I'm on the 5th startup right now. In the middle of all this, I got interested in the process of entrepreneurship. I did a PhD in entrepreneurship.
What a great evening, what a great panel, and some great demonstrations. Onada is an on-demand service company that I just clicked off. I don't know what I did. Maybe we should learn how to use the clicker before we do anything. One of our sayings is, he who demands well should fulfill his demands well. As an infant, when you cried, your parents gave you your milk or they changed your diaper right away. Onada is going to be a company who's going to fulfill these demands in the on-demand service market. We see the on-demand service market flawed in 3 different ways. One, it's fragmented with too many applications out there currently. There's no marketplace for people to congregate, and they focus mainly on large and pro handyman type projects. The biggest is it's not real demand, on real-time demand. So could you imagine that infant crying for their parents to give them milk or change their diapers, and the parents go, well, put it in an RFQ and let me see when I could get to it, and then I'll eventually get to you and we'll see if I could serve that purpose because I'm off the clock or it may not be my job. So we see these as the 3 big flaws. Our solution is going to connect the users and seekers to a broader market. We gave a little mathematical formula here that says Onada is equal to Amazon and Uber. The Uber component is going to be very big, and we're creating this ecosystem by adding these 2 components together. Little eye-strain chart, but let's go through it as quick as I can. We want to disrupt the market by doing a couple things, as I mentioned earlier, but mostly we're going to create a unique marketplace. This is not an app, it's an ecosystem. It's a totally unique provider market because the way we're going to validate providers coming in, we're attacking different segments that are currently being addressed today that I'll get into in a minute. Very simplified approach. The real big difference is the UberX real-time service, and the goal is to keep seekers and providers keep coming back to the application for more. One of the core foundations is My Neighborhood. What we want to do with this is create civility back in the neighborhood to enable people to do some lend and borrowing, do some volunteer services. What this is going to be is going to enable the users to come into the marketplace, and we see this is going to be the prime stickiness as a SaaS-based model long term. As I mentioned earlier, we see the middle market here, this red box here in the middle is really the Angie's List, the TaskRabbits, and all these other on-demand services. They address handyman and pro services, large projects. What we want to focus on is the 16, 17, 18, 19, 21-year-old, the next entrepreneurs that are coming into the market, and the empty nesters that really have done their job, but they want to do some part-time stuff, similar to what Uber does for their drivers. So we want to address the fringe markets that's not being addressed today for smaller projects. I bring up the smaller projects because most of the services out there now is you want your roof built, you want a bathroom done, you want a big project, you put in an RFP, somebody gets back to you, you have a bunch of pros coming at it. Think about it's 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, your wife, your husband, your wife, your spouse drops their wedding ring down their pipe. Who's going to come and get the ring out of the plumbing? You can wait for a plumber the next day? What if you had the application, you go on a device, look for a provider that could do that service, in real time, click on it, they show up, $25, $30, pull the ring out, and you move on, as opposed to the current market that are big projects. We see this is very efficient because Uber has basically proved this out. Over time, they saw people were spending more money on little cab rides than big rides, and their revenues actually increased. So our thesis is the smaller the projects, the more projects there'll be, the more tasks that'll be addressed, more people getting into the system, and the revenues will be bigger for the company as a whole. As I mentioned, Uber is very important to us. Real-time service providers come into the systems with their skill set. You see their reviews, their rate, and you could pick their service real-time. And again, if you address the market of the 16, 17, 18, 19, we're going to hit broader spectrums, off hours, not traditional business hours for pros and handymans. Some of the features, instant gratification. The whole industry is going instant gratification. Again, we were born with instant gratification. Somehow we went away from it, and the society is now going back to it. Very flexible. We've got some other mechanisms inside if you don't want the real time, reverse bids, RFQs, and some others, but that's not the core focus for us. Market validation is huge, billions of dollars of market. The younger generation's coming through. They're more apt to doing stuff like this, more apt to have devices. So we see that the market segment is really ripe for this, to look for real-time services. Total accountable market for total available market is in the billions. 435 billion is by 2021 with a 49% CAGR. So it's a fast-moving target. Some of the projections for us, we look at New Jersey and what we think it's going to look like. What I did was I broke out some of what our variables are. There's 8 million people. We're going to take 1% of those as providers. Each one of those providers is going to generate $150 per week. The gross marketplace is close to $1 billion. We take 20% on that transaction. We have some other revenue streams in the SaaS model, but initially we're going to go with a transaction-based. Accelerated revenue, we're looking for seed funding now. We're looking for $2 million. We've got about 1.2 earmarked now. We're looking for about 800 to $1 million. We're going to project that out to mid-next year, to the end of next year when we look for a Series A, because our thesis is we're going to roll New Jersey, get adoption, and then we're going to have to roll some more states out, and then eventually get to 25 million, probably somewhere around 2021. Global, we're up in the billions, so we've got this in 4 phases, where we're going to hit the first phase where we roll out New Jersey and a couple of other states and then feather this in. Use of funds is mostly, everybody's talked about it, is marketing, SEO, SO, all those terms to go out to the marketing side. But we need the marketing, is the core product. It has been developed, so we're not going to be spending as much on R&D. The application is developed, the website's able to handle the mass influx of providers and seekers. Staggered approach is we do New Jersey and we stagger out the rest, comes out to about 6 states every 3 quarters or thereabouts, if my math is correct. Team is here, Jyoti, Narayan, Krishna, and Darshan, they're all in the room if you want to talk. We've partnered up at Auric. I think, did I skip over that slide where we talked about the use of funds? Yeah. One of the things is we're going to put a safe environment. It's a simple equity deal with a discount on a Series A and future rounds. Part of the team is Auric Legal out in New York, and we have an advisory board. So I only had 7 minutes. I'm an Italian from New Jersey, and it's pretty hard to do that, so hopefully I did it fast enough, and if you need me, I'll be around, and Krishna and the rest of the team. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you. Thanks.
So we managed to keep this to time. It's 7:15, and I'd like to ask the stunning Shweta to come and take over from here, and we'll come back with 3 more presentations right after what we're going to do now, which is a panel.
Thank you very much, Quick Club, Zivity, and Anata for the wonderful presentation. This IT service staffing consulting organization. It is an alliance of 750 plus professional services CEO from all across the United States. Now I would like to invite Venkat Maram. He's the president of Northeast chapter at IT Service Alliance. Venkat Maram has 30 years of experience in the IT industry in various capacities. Currently, he's a president of Dextro Software System based in Princeton Junction, New Jersey. Let's welcome Venkat Maram.
Good evening, everyone. This is a small housekeeping job. I'm not going to stay here much longer, so please bear with me. We want to acknowledge and thank all our sponsors to start with. As Shweta was telling, IT service right now in 10 chapters across USA. And currently we are 750, 760 companies are the members. Here in Northeast, we are about 160, 170 companies. And we are second year of active operation in New Jersey. This chapter covers New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and all the way to Massachusetts and Maine, New Hampshire as well. But most of the lion's share of the memberships come from this area. The consortium main focus is help the IT businesses, first and foremost networking. So those, then the second thing is, take up the issues that are important to the member companies, either immigration issues or legal compliance, accounting issues, and good business practices. And we meet once a month in a setting where we invite experts. And there are a lot of supporters to us, the accountants, the attorneys, and the companies that provide services. So they have been helping us all along. So first and foremost, our programs, our things would not have been successful without the generous support of all our members. And a lot of them have pitched in extra to make this event. And this time we have decided to bring these opportunities basically to our members, those who are interested to venture out and partner with the startup companies in terms of investing or logistical support or managerial support. And we took this opportunity to invite experts from outside, as well as a lot of new members came in. Thank you all. Thank you for coming. So I quickly want to introduce the team that have been working diligently and hardly. Every chapter is run by a team of core members. And in this chapter, we have about 20 members that volunteer, that spend time. So can I request all my core team members to come to the dais so that I can get through it quickly? So as they come in, please come on the stage and I'll introduce one by one. We also have our friends from Detroit chapter president, Mr. Kashi Kotta. And I have our national speaker committee chair, Mr. Loknath. And also our Austin president is here. I will bring them onto the stage and introduce. We thank you. Thank you for coming. So from left to right, we have Tejas Vora, our one of the core team members. And Radha Allagaru, and Praveen Andapalli, core member and also a strong supporter, sponsorer. And our Dan Nandan is a one core team member, very active. And our Harish Battini. Harish is also secretary of the chapter. And our Bala, Bala Shan, and Krishna Vemuri, and Srini Gattu. And our Jay Talui, core team member. Jay is also the first president of this chapter, is the founding president of our chapter. Our Amar Varada, he is very active and is the chair of our national membership committee. So he's the one who wants to drive the membership and recruit the members. There is a qualification process. So Amar's team spends a lot of time every day doing that. And we have our Narasimha. Narasimha was the immediate president just before me. He did tremendous job growing our organization last year. And our national committee chair, Loknath Garu, we are all one family. So Sharad Krishna is president from our Austin chapter. And I want to introduce Kashi Kotta. So and I kept my friend Vijay Gupta to the last.
he actually made this event possible. Vijay Garg. I messed up his name twice already today. Venu Sangani, another core team member. Srinivas Gattu, yes, he's here. So this event would not have been possible if it was not for the leadership and hard work of Vijay Garg. And Ruchi, please come over. You have to change that now, right? So our this term started about 2-3 months ago, ever since we have been working on. So I think, Vijay, you should be very happy with all the success of the event. I think these are all the people that worked specifically putting a lot of time for this event. So they all created a website and got in there. Every other core team member involved in the last 1 week to participate, but these guys have been working for about 4 weeks to make everything happen. And I just...
You can say some word, then she will take on the specific person.
Yeah, one thing is, again, I wanted to mention each and every sponsorer specifically. Most of our service providers, go back to the sponsors page, just give it to them. I want to get the names quickly. We have, we thank Lakshmi and Maipal. They have been consistent supporters from the New York Life. And our own Praveen Andapalli, Vital Global, I think many of us are his customers, but he also has been providing tremendous support. This time we invite Chegg Law Firm, specifically for supporting this event and participating. And I think in the next panel, their law firm, speaker from their law firm is helping to one of the tasks, right? And our Alan and Gerald brothers, they're practically half Indians already because most of their business is with IT companies. But thank you, Alan, very generous support. And our own, the generosity of our members we have to appreciate. We asked Spruce Infotech, the owner of our Venu, to do volunteering. So he was calling the companies and asking them to participate and member everything. But he felt guilty. Unless he gives the money, he could not ask for others' money. So Venu is not getting any business from any of us except the normal transaction. But out of his generosity, he gave. Venu, special thanks to you for being volunteering and helping out. And he did lot of time and effort. Right after Vijay, I guess, I'm sure my core team members will not beat me up afterwards, but definitely Venu did lot of work. Thanks, Venu. And Ram Associates has been in the community for 20+ years at least. I know Ram personally well, and their firm is one of the very good accounting companies. AB Media, Opportunity, the new sponsors, you welcome. And Shekhar Vemprala, is Shekhar here today? Shekhar Garu, thank you, sir. Shekhar has been has an excellent program, helps to properly take care of your money, save it, and implement various strategies. I met Shekhar several times last year. Excellent individual. I think he has a lot of creative ideas. So maybe we should make a lot of money and use Shekhar services to do that. Right? We got everybody. And we thank AB Media, Opportunity, to helping us out. And thanks to Mana TV, eBox TV, and Thai Global, and GoPO, Global Organization of People of Indian Origin, for helping us to make this happen. Thanks. So maybe Vijay want to say a couple of things.
Thank you so much, Venkat. So we have amongst us one of the individual who came all the way from Bangalore, and he has a great project and a prime sponsor for this event, Dhruti Infrastructure. Krishna Kant, please come.
Good evening. I just want to introduce Krishna Kant. He came here with a real estate opportunity. I don't want to say it is an opportunity. He's a realtor. He's developing an IT park in Bangalore. When I met him last time, I told him this is the best project to present in Startup Cube because it's an IT product, IT infrastructure project. He's building next to the Bangalore airport. And it's like, you know, wonderful thing. So I asked him to come here and do the sponsorship, and he's here. Please, you know, I'm investing into it. That's the reason I just recommending this.
Hi, good evening everyone. This is Krishnakant. I'm the CEO to Dhruti Infra Projects Limited. This is a real estate development kind of thing. And I would like to thank Mr. Jay Talluri and Mr. Maram for the opportunity all the way to meet the brains here. Okay. I hope, and I'm sure, I'm sure that we have a very great product which we are going to build it next to the international airport. This is in Bangalore. The next to international airport, we have an opportunity from government of Karnataka has given 10 acres of land to develop an IT park. This is only demarcated only for IT and ITES. Just 1.85 miles from the terminal building, which is passing through this aerospace and defense parks. See, we don't have the technology of aerospace and defense and all here, but all foreign companies, every company is a billion-dollar company here, which is here. We have to pass from there and here. Basically, Bangalore lacks infrastructure. But the thing, next to this international airport, the government has taken immense care. The infrastructure been laid first, like in US and all, and later they are developing all these. We are in a very prime location. The strategic advantage, the main advantage of this proposal is the strategic location, which we are placed next to Shell. The Shell is presently like this. We are next to this building, very near to it, which is presently working and all the things. We are building like this. We are building 5 towers, which is coming up in 1.5 million square feet. We are trying to offload and give an opportunity to invest here only up to 4 lakh square feet. The main advantage of this entire deal and proposal is I have a client in my hand that is 2 big companies. One is Accenture, the other one is Juniper Networks, who are occupying the entire 1.5 million square feet. At the rate for you, it is $1 per square feet per month. This is what it is, the main advantage. See, I can go into the further details and all. I don't want to waste your time. Already there are many people who are looking for good investments and all, and the same as me. But here, don't think like I'm only looking for me to win and all. I'm giving an opportunity for you people also to win. This is a very unique opportunity which comes only once in 100 years, because I'm not saying any exaggeration or anything. I'm telling you the minimum. When we relate the things, most of the people who are representing India here, all the brainchild, we relate first thing with Hyderabad and the one is Bangalore. In both the places, the previous airport was built 100 years back, and after 100 years, the next major international airport has come. When you park your money in the major transformation, when a major infrastructure is getting loaded, if you put your money there, you don't require Krishnakant or Dhruti Infra or a regular real estate developer to multiply your money or anything. This is one such unique model. The transformation itself will fix your money. It multiplies your money. As simple as it. It can be compared with Bangalore, means the Silicon City next to your Bay Area. Or wherever, whatever we are seeing in Cupertino and all, it is unmatchable, unreachable. The same way, this is the place where you will not get in a regular thing. This is going to be developed by Malaysian architects and built by all the major companies. Like one is Cabasis. This is Qatar-based company. The other one is Kef Infra. It is Nasdaq listed. And the third one is L&T. Fourth one is Tata. And one of these players are going to build this. This is what I'm going to give an opportunity to win myself and to make yourself win. This is what. So pardon me, sir. Have I said anything wrong or anything? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to present myself, and I'm here up to 19th in this United States, and I'm reachable. I will give my coordinates and all. I hope you will never, or I'm sure you will never regret in opting me or this product. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna, for the wonderful presentation. Next, I would like to, as we continue our appreciation for the sponsors, with this, I would like to invite Shekhar Vemparala on the stage. He's a part of Wealth Planning Advisors, which offers full-service financial consulting committed to helping people pursue their financial goals.
This is it. I don't have any slides, so I'll also be brief. My name is Shekhar Vemparala. I'm the founder of Wealth DNA. Wealth DNA is a unique process that will help every one of you in this room. My process, unlike many of the processes out there, my process focuses on you. I want to know what's important for you, what are your dangers, and how can I capitalize on your opportunities using your strengths. And that's what it is. It's all about you, it's not about us. So we're not product-based, we are about offering advice. So clarity and confidence is the product that I can deliver. And our product is collaborative. So we're not just talking to you. We'd like to talk to your accountant. We'd like to talk to your attorney. We'd like to talk to your other investment advisors. And as a team, we develop solutions that will work for you. We really believe that when it comes to money, you can make more money saving taxes than you can by making more money. And that's central to one of the ideas that we have. I could be here for the rest of the evening, but there are many other advisors that you should be hearing from. I would be happy to connect with each of you individually, given an opportunity. I look forward to working with everybody in this room. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Shekhar. Next, we will have another startup presentation by AnyWalks.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Greetings from India, Mumbai. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Venkat, for offering us a platform so beautiful to speak about this business. Thank you, Shweta, for your wonderful coordination. And thank you, Ruchi, for connecting us over here. I'm Vishal Rajan. I have over a decade's experience in the film industry. I specialize in business development. I'm a hands-on filmmaker and a musician myself.
This is Abhishek. I'm a VFX expert, having over a decade's experience in this field, mostly done Hollywood films all my life.
Together, we are forming a company called AnyWalks, which means animation and walks, that is voice, where we present VFX and sound design facilities at an Indian price point. We're here to talk about our VFX business. One is going to be a showreel, which will talk about the work which we have done. The second one is going to be a video presentation which will run you through the entire details of the business, the market, the cash flow, and the returns. I mean, in a quick few minutes. Should you have any doubts or should you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with Ruchi, who's amongst you there, or please feel free to write to us here.
See you guys.
Thank you. See you.
you, Krishna. With this, we'll move ahead again to extend our appreciation for the sponsors and the reason we could make this event happen today. With this, I would like to call Alan Levinson from Insurance Your Company, which provides custom insurance solutions for small business in New Jersey and nationwide, plus employee benefits and advice to help your business grow. Alan Everson.
Our business is protecting yours. At InsureYourCompany.com, we are focused on working with every customer to protect their business. We treat our customers like family and offer a broad spectrum of solutions to ensure that their business is fully covered, from general liability to healthcare for your employees, and with an eye on the future with long-term disability products.
Insurance is complicated, but we like to make it as easy as we can for you. So we have experts in all of the specialties that we provide. So we have a property and casualty division, and those experts know all of the different products, the workers' comp, the general liability, the professional liability. And then we have our benefits division, and we have the experts in that division.
Working with more than 2,000 clients in over 40 states, InsureYourCompany.com is dedicated to keeping our clients safe and helping them to grow.
We work with companies as small as 1 employee or an owner, to as large as 1,200 employees doing multi-million dollars nationwide, in fact, worldwide. We're able to give that one-person company the same expertise that we give the 1,200 employee company, and we give that 1,200 employee company that one-on-one, that personalization that we give to that single member LLC.
Based in New Jersey, InsureYourCompany.com has over 20 employees who specialize in all facets of insurance.
Extending our appreciation for the sponsors. Next, I would like to call John Estiva from Vital Global on stage.
Carriers like Level 3, Verizon Wireless, AT&T, and T-Mobile to help you save on fiber optic, cable, and wireless bills. Create and manage unlimited email accounts with your domain name using our Zimbra and Microsoft-powered email hosting solution. Our engineers will set up your users and your account management portal in minutes. From onboarding to post-sales support, your satisfaction is our top priority. Call us at 855-558-4835 or visit us at...
Thank you very much, Vital Global, for the wonderful presentation. And before we proceed further on the agenda, I would request the food is served outside. Please help yourself, and we will continue on the agenda. The next, we will have a startup video presentation by SnapX Global. We move ahead. Can we have Raghu Rao on stage, please?
Firms here as well. And with Nimble Accounting, we want to ensure that every penny in the company is counted for and provided through dashboards. And we want business owners to be empower themselves with the business finances rather than being completely reliant on the accountants. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to again ask Venki to come back on stage and have the startup presentations. Thank you.
So Nimble Accounting on the cloud, the guy is sitting in the beach and using a tablet to run his business. But did you know Moses was the first to have a tablet that could connect to the cloud? All right, so getting on with what this evening was all about. It was about startup pitches, right? So we have 3 more pitches and 3 very, very interesting pitches. Earlier you saw Crick Club, you saw Ziffity, and you saw our friends Onata. So now, we have a very interesting, this is not a startup, this is a business that's proved itself and they're looking to grow, right? So we have with us today Jack Licata, and he is a veteran from the US Air Force. He was also the, nuclear missile launch officer in the US Air Force and a serial entrepreneur. Jack is a veteran with a vision. He's a social entrepreneur. He uses veterans as well as disabled people in his factory, manufacturing the product that he's going to present today. So welcome, Jack Licata of Fast Bags.
While they're getting that started, I just want to thank everybody for having us here. I'm really humbled by the brain power and the thoughtfulness that you all have in this room, and I really am very appreciative that you allowed us and you invited us to be here tonight. Thank you.
Today I'm visiting from India to promote the Telangana government's initiative in second tier cities. And second tier cities lo unnata IT hub ni promote cheyadaniki KTR gar is coming on the 11th, and as well as Ganesh Bigala, who is my brother, is Nizamabad MLA, he's going to be here from the 5th. And we have identified about 5 cities: Washington DC, New Jersey, Chicago, Atlanta, and Dallas. Most probably KTR gar will be visiting 2 cities, and Ganesh Bigala gar will be visiting the rest of the cities to promote the IT in second tier cities. And Telangana or Hyderabad anagane, everybody thinks about the Hyderabad as the IT, but with our IT ministers, KTR gar vision is that to promote, take the IT into second tier cities and create the employment. And the government is giving several incentives to the IT companies who are creating the jobs in second tier sector. And for the first phase loan, Nizamabad ki, he has already sanctioned 25 crores to build, and plug and play will be completing within the next few months. And during this trip, probably we'll be entering with MOU with the several other companies, and initially for the first 5 cities lo unnadi varaku. And major ga promote chestundi Nizamabad, Karimnagar, Warangal, Khammam, and later on in the phase 2, Mahbubnagar and Nalgonda also will be included to promote the IT employment in India. And for any of the details, we will know the final schedule in the next 3-4 days, and we will publish. And initially, we had meetings when KTR gar was here in a couple of years back. We had a meeting with the IT sir in Dallas as well, and we are planning to have at least 2 or 3 meetings with him, so that we want to take the feedback to the government of Telangana and also promote the second tier cities. Thank you.
Hi, this is Balashan. I am President and CEO of Larvan Technologies. I am part of IT Serve committee member. And we have recently hosted the event for startup. It is one of the fantastic event for young entrepreneurs who has product ideas where they can able to come and presentation. It was one of the great event. We are expecting around 150 people, and so more than 225 people signed up and came. It is a great platform for all the IT companies, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs, investors, and other people came. They gave their ideas and other benefits that they showed it in this meeting. It is a great platform for all the entrepreneurs and IT people to join with the IT Serve, and it is a great platform and to help each other and collaborate. And I would recommend everybody to join this organization to get benefit out of it. Thank you. Bye.
నా పేరు వెంకట్ మారం అండి. నేను ఐటీ సర్వ్ అనే ఆర్గనైజేషన్కు నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ చాప్టర్ కరెంట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్. ఈరోజు మేము షెరాటన్ ఎడిసన్ హోటల్లో ఐటీ సర్వ్ నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ తరఫున స్టార్టప్ క్యూబ్ అనే ఒక ఈవెంట్ చేశాము. ఈ ఈవెంట్కి ఒక 250 మంది కంపెనీ సీఈఓలు, కంపెనీ ఓనర్లు అటెండ్ అయ్యారు. ఈ ఈవెంట్ ఉద్దేశం ఏంటంటే స్టార్టప్ కంపెనీలను, అదేవిధంగా ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ను ఒక వేదిక మీదకి తీసుకురావడం ద్వారా కంపెనీలు స్టార్ట్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి మేనేజ్మెంటు, స్ట్రాటజీ అండ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ సపోర్టు, పార్ట్నర్షిప్స్కు ఒక ప్లాట్ఫామ్ క్రియేట్ చేయడము, అదేవిధంగా ఐటీ సర్వ్ మెంబర్ కంపెనీస్కి, తర్వాత అదర్ ఇన్వైటీస్కి వేరే కంపెనీలలో తమ ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేసే అవకాశాలు క్రియేట్ చేయడం ఉద్దేశము. ఐటీ సర్వ్ దేశవ్యాప్తంగా కూడా 750 కంపెనీలు ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషను. ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ మెయిన్గా కంపెనీల మధ్యన స్నేహభావం, తర్వాత నెట్వర్కింగ్, ఒకరికొకరు పరస్పర పరిచయాల ద్వారా బిజినెస్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. అదేవిధంగా ఈ బిజినెస్ ముందున్నటువంటి వేరియస్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ని, ఇమిగ్రేషన్ ఇష్యూస్ కానివ్వండి, అకౌంటింగ్ ఇష్యూస్ కానివ్వండి, ట్యాక్స్ ఇష్యూస్ కానివ్వండి, మేనేజ్మెంట్ పాలసీస్ కానివ్వండి, కానీ వాటన్నిటికీ విధంగా కలిసికట్టుగా ఉండడం ద్వారా వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు సాల్వ్ దోస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైం బ్యాక్ హోమ్ ఉన్న అవకాశాలు కూడా సద్వినియోగం చేసుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. సో అమెరికాలో ఉన్న ఐటీ కంపెనీ ఓనర్లు, స్మాల్ అండ్ మీడియం కంపెనీ ఓనర్లు అందరూ కూడా మా విన్నపం ఏంటంటే ప్లీజ్ బికమ్ మెంబర్ ఇన్ ఐటీ సర్వ్. Go to itserv.org, itserv.org, become a member. చాలా ఈ సామూహిక కమిటీలు చేరడం ద్వారా, చాలా ఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్లు చేరడం ద్వారా చాలా బెనిఫిట్స్ ఉన్నాయని తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
నమస్కారం, నా పేరు నరసింహ తెలుగుంట్ల. నేను ఇమీడియట్ పాస్ట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్గా ఉన్నాను ఐటీ సర్వ్ నార్త్ ఈస్ట్ చాప్టర్కి. ఎప్పుడు 2015లో ఒకసారి సినర్జీ ఈవెంట్, ఐటీ సర్వ్ సినర్జీ ఈవెంట్ అటెండ్ అయినప్పుడు నాకు అనిపించింది ఇలాంటి ప్లాట్ఫామ్ మన దగ్గర ఉంటే అందరికీ చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుందని. ఐటీ కంపెనీస్ అందరికీ, ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరినీ, ఇక్కడ వెంకట్ని, తర్వాత ఇక్కడ అండపల్లి, హరీష్, వీళ్ళందరినీ కలుపుకొని ఒక ప్లాట్ఫామ్ స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. దాని ద్వారా ఇవాళ 700 ఇక్కడ 125 మంది మెంబర్స్ అయ్యారు, కంపెనీ ఓనర్స్. ఈరోజు ఎంతూజియాజం చూస్తుంటే మాకే నమ్మశక్యంగా లేదు. మేము 100-150 మంది వస్తారనుకున్నాం, 250 దాటిపోయారు. సో జనాలలో చాలామంది ఎంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్స్ అవ్వాలని కోరికగా ఉంది అందరికీ. దాన్ని బట్టి తెలుస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడో ఒక సంవత్సరానికి ఒకటి అనుకున్న వాళ్ళం ఇప్పుడు మేము ఆలోచించాల్సి వస్తుంది ఎన్నిసార్లు చేయాలని. సో ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు వెంకట్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు మన స్టార్టప్ కంపెనీస్ అండ్ ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ ఒక వేదిక మీద తీసుకురావడం దీని ఉద్దేశం. ఇట్ వాజ్ అ రియలీ వండర్ఫుల్ ఈవెంట్ టుడే అండ్ వీఆర్ రియలీ ఎక్సైటెడ్ హ్యావింగ్ దిస్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్. Thank you so much for coming to this event today.
Good evening to everyone. I am Harish Patni, IT Serve Vice President for Northeast Chapter. Today was a great day with more than 250 IT Serve owners and all company owners of different software as well as different new startup companies have come today, and it was a great exciting day. We saw many new companies coming up with new investment plans and trying to expand their companies, and IT Serve as an organization is entering into a different mode where they will be helping out the different investment companies to grow in future. Ilage IT Serve mundukeltu they should go into more than 500 members in New Jersey and anukuntunnamandi. Thank you very much.
Hello, na peru Krishna Vemuri. IT Serve Northeast